teach you that. On with the video. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Lucas Jet. I hope you're here because you've been watching my circus skills tutorials. If you're new to the channel, brilliant, that's great that people are finding it. Today we're going to do a Diabolo tutorial and we're going to teach you two fundamental techniques. One of the techniques is making the Diablo go faster, which is really useful for learning other tricks. And the second technique is throwing and catching the Diablo, which is what everybody wants to do when they first get a Diablo. It's going to be a little bit tricky to show you in this small spare room studio that I've got here, but I'll do my best to take you through some of the techniques. I'm going to assume you've seen the first video and you've got the basics down of getting the Diablo going. This is all about the next stage, okay? So you've got the Diablo spinning. There are kind of two approaches to spinning the Diablo faster. I would say there's one, the old school technique, which is kind of the whip. So I'm going to call it the whip, all right? So you go out to the right, you go back in and then out. So it's in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And now that's spinning really fast. You can do loads of tricks and it will stay there for ages. It's a perfectly good technique. One of the major disadvantages of the whip is that it does snap your strings after a little while. The new school way to get the Diablo spinning is by using a wrap. So you're going to wrap your string around the middle of the Diablo, and the friction, the extra friction that it causes makes it spin faster. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. So you wrap around, and then the first way I know is you keep it at that side, at that end, and you go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And again, that's spinning really fast now. The second version of that would be to wrap it around, and you go that way, and you create this circular motion. I quite like it because it's quite relaxed, it's quite smooth, flowy action, and it kind of lends itself to doing all the sort of flowy stuff. So that's the second technique. But the third technique is kind of a bit simpler. You're just going to wrap once and then just do the normal up, down, up, down. In my opinion, that doesn't actually speed it up that much, but it's probably a good thing to do when you're first learning. With all these techniques, the Diablo string is really important that it's not twisted. So if you just hold it at the top of your string, hold it between your thumb and finger and run your finger and thumb down the string, it usually untwists the string, and it means all these tricks, they just work a bit better. So when you're trying to learn the acceleration technique, wrapping your string around quite often ends up, you know, kind of boom, it'll catch, especially if your strings are twisted, and the Diablo will go flying up and you end up in a big tangle and it gets a bit frustrating. So hopefully that introduction gave you an idea of the skills we're going to try and learn in terms of accelerating a Diablo. Now I'm going to try and break down the techniques a little bit. Hopefully it'll give you some tips. The explanation of the first technique, the whip, the old school technique I would say. I'm going to send the Diablo out to my right, and as it reaches the peak of the distance of the string, I'm going to pull back on my right hand. So that first bit is you just go boom, yeah? And I suppose when you're learning, you just do that a couple of times on its own. So you just go boom, yeah, and stop. By itself, just doing that will get the Diablo spinning faster. What you're aiming for in the end is to, as it gets to that peak, it comes back this way and it gets to a peak over there, and then you pull back. So you're doing the same technique twice. So you go out that way, back that way, back, 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 back. It's all about applying that pressure in your wrist. As it gets to the peak point, you apply the pressure, and that's why you call it a whip. It's kind of like a whip back, yeah? Now all these techniques are going to take a lot of practice. Like I said, I reckon by doing it out once and starting again and then go once, you know, and then you build up to it. You do it once and then you try and do it twice. So you go 1, 2. So you're going to go 1, 2, and then you might stop, okay? Second technique, the wraparound. The crucial bit here is learning how to wrap the string around. And all it is exactly what I've just said. You're wrapping it round. So at the minute it's unwrapped. To wrap it round, you're going to go round, okay? Now the string is wrapped once around the Diablo axle, okay, in the middle. And it's already, by me carrying on, it's already getting faster because it's got twice as much friction to get it spinning faster. So you keep it near your right hand side, you wrap it once, you go up, down, much like the whip before, but this time you're going up, down. It looks quite cool, and then you unwrap. And now I'm unwrapped and I'm ready to go. Okay, and now I'm spinning really fast as well. Second version that I was showing you, you're going to wrap around, okay, and then you can just stay there doing your little tap. You're going to push from your right to your left and then let it just relax as it comes back to the right. push, lift. So you lift with your left arm, you push with your right. Lift, push, left. And then I suppose, yeah, you kind of pull on your left arm back. So you let it go, pull. Let it go, pull. Let it go, pull. I reckon I'm probably making a hash of this explanation, but hopefully with a few different camera angles, you'll be able to see what I mean. Third technique, and probably the easiest one, but the least effective. You start normal, you wrap around once, and you just keep tapping like that. Okay, that's still going to get it spinning faster. Just normal Diablo, and then unwrap before it gets twisted. Apologies if you can't see the bottom of the Diablo, but I'm going to show you throwing and catching now. I'm getting the Diablo spinning nice and fast using one of the chosen techniques that we just talked about at the start of the video. To throw and catch a Diablo, what I always tell people and tell the children at the schools I work at is you're going to start with your hands close together, and then you flick your wrists and you kind of pull your strings apart, okay? And it's kind of one movement. So you're pulling apart. As the string straightens, you give it a flick, and that forces the Diablo in the air. That's the throw part, okay? So you're going to go throw, you point, and you catch. Point your dominant hand. So I like to point my hand. I literally point the stick, the pointy bit of the stick, straight at the middle of the Diablo. The most common mistake that people make is when they throw the Diablo in the air. Throwing it in the air is no problem, okay? You can flick it in the air. But they end up with their strings loose like this, okay? I don't know whether you can see. They hold their strings loose. What you really need to do is hold your strings tight. Tight-ish, yeah? So you're holding tight so you can see exactly where you put the string, and you're going to catch that Diablo no matter what, okay? You're here, Diablo's in the middle, you pull tight, keep tight, point, catch. The main thing here is just practice. I'm sure you'll get it, you'll catch it, and then you'll keep it going. Don't forget, when you catch it, you've then got to keep spinning. Don't celebrate, you've got to keep tapping with your right hand, okay? So as soon as you catch it, you've got to start tapping again probably. See if you can do it. Once you can get it, practice doing it 3 times in a row. So you throw it, you catch it, get it spinning a little bit faster, try and do it again, then try and do it again. You know, once you can get it 5 times in a row, you know you're really into making some progress then. So I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. If you've enjoyed the video, you can subscribe to my channel, that'd be great. Give it a little thumbs up, spread the word, you know, stuff like that really helps. Thanks very much for watching, enjoy the rest of your day.